Hello, everyone. So, I just talked about why I didn't go to college and why you should probably not be going to college unless you've already went to college. And this video is kind of, I mean, it's not totally pointless. It's going to give you a plan either way. Either if you went to college or you didn't go to college like me, I'm going to give you a straightforward plan that I believe in. So, if you're a United States citizen like I am, I'm American. I live in the United States, right? He lived here my whole life. I've only been to two other countries, Canada and Mexico, right? I don't recommend those countries. Don't go there, right? I recommend you do find a country with the free association clause. So in our treaties in the United States, we have this thing, a military treaty, called the free association clause, meaning you can go to countries with that's visa free almost, pretty much, I think. And you can easily get their citizenship. Tonga is one of them. Tonga is not a free associated country, but they do have this thing where you trade in your U.S. citizenship for Tonganese citizenship. I don't recommend that. Just keep your U.S. citizenship because even though the government's taxing you, it's a very rich country. Don't give it away. I honestly don't give it away that much. Maybe I'm wrong, but there's a lot of people saying you should give away your U.S. citizenship because the United States is going to take your money if you make money with your U.S. citizenship, and that is true. They're actually one of the few countries that tax on citizenship. So, in that case, if you're afraid of your U.S. citizenship, then you get rid of it. But I don't think you should. In fact, the government's making it harder to get rid of, and they want to control you even. Regardless, if you're born American, you're kind of screwed anyway. So just don't even think about it right now, okay? So keep the U.S. citizenship. But there are three other countries besides Tonga, which is very easy to transfer your citizenship. There's the Marshall Islands, there's Micronesia, and there's Palau. And they're all next to each other in the Pacific Ocean. Near Papua New Guinea. And they're just mini small states. I think the highest population is 100,000. That's Micronesia. That's why I was thinking Micronesia would be my retirement destination. They only make $12,000 a year. And think about it. If I had let's say I had a $500,000 or $1,000,000 in index fund, I got like a decade left of retirement. Why would I be going around the United States spending ridiculous amounts of money when I can live in Palau or I can live in Micronesia and live like a freaking king with that level of income support. The cost of living is so much lower there. It's about six lower than it is in the United States. Why the heck would I stay in the United States? You know what I mean? And it's a tropical paradise. Who wouldn't want to live there, right? I mean, obviously you'd have to probably deal with some flooding or hurricanes because they have a lot of hurricanes over there. I think. I don't know. Or just they probably have a lot of flooding. They probably are going to get some flooding in a few years. I don't know. I don't know much about climate change. I think the climate change whole thing is about control of people's carbon emissions, and that's how they control lives. And it's kind of scary to think that the most socialist countries actually have a hard time regulating emissions. Think of China. Think of the Soviet Union when they existed. Think about all those countries that believed in environmentalism and now are gone. Um, or have had a hard time with environmentalism. Germany's another one. They've had an extremely hard time with their environmental movement. They're not burning coal because they couldn't afford to produce enough energy for the nuclear power. They shut down all their nuclear power plants because they thought it was quote unquote dangerous, but they've never had a history of nuclear power plant melting down. Really, I don't think they have. And then they've caused to burn a little bit of coal now, and they've been so opposed to it though, but they kind of need more nuclear energy or else they're not going to be able to support their citizens. In case of an oil embargo against Russia, but whatever. What do I know? But anytime a government imposes something and doesn't let the market do its thing efficiently, it sometimes leads to bad outcomes. It's just the way it is because regulated markets are being bribed by other companies. You can't get rid of the whole fact that governments are whoring themselves out to big businesses. You just can't. The only way to do that is to have like a Bill of Rights that goes against the idea of corporate donor money and against regulation. But I don't think anybody would advocate against that. I think every time I hear of somebody saying, "Oh, we need to improve living standards," I always say we want to regulate the market. So I hear it all the time. It's sort of just the thing online that I hear about. But yes, what do you do once you have enough money? That is the answer. When do you have enough money to travel? When do you have enough money to live? that you don't need your job, it's not really a necessity to have one, I say go to Micronesia. Because U.S. citizenship and Micronesian citizenship are very easy to get because of that free associating clause that I said earlier. And again, they renew it every year, so it could be too late by the time you watch this video in a few years. Who knows, right? But I plan to get it, probably, just so I can escape the United States and how the cost of living is so high. But I would like to see if I can make more money here before I go over there. Again, there's plenty of other countries you can go to that are definitely cheaper than Micronesia. Whatever. But if you want an easy solution, you go to the small Pacific Islands. Because, again, very few countries are going to want you as their citizen. You're already, quote-unquote, wealthy American. You know, it doesn't boast well for most people outside the United States. They don't always like the United States government, and they're probably not going to like you that much either, to be honest with you, and I don't blame them. They think of Americans as entitled, and I actually would agree. That's just, I always hate most Americans anyway, but I like them after 10 minutes, but then after the 11-minute mark, you gotta go away. You're annoying me. So, again, that's basically my plan. It's a pretty interesting plan nonetheless. Just buy a bunch of index funds. Again, I should probably explain what an index fund is one day, but I'm not going to do that. But an index fund, bond index fund, stock index fund, global diversified index funds. Don't be buying those domestic garbage, only controlled by the United States New York Stock Exchange. No. You buy the whole global world with index funds, because you have no idea if the New York Stock Exchange is going to collapse tomorrow, and there won't be other stock exchanges that could survive, you know? You buy globally, both the bonds and the stocks. Vanguard's Total World is perfectly fine. Or buy some other globally diversified indexes in the United Kingdom as well. If you're legally able to do that, I don't know if you are. Fine, I don't really know. I don't really care, to be honest with you right this second, because I haven't done it, but I'm sure that you will figure it out. See if Micronesia or some of those other countries have their own stock exchanges for their own citizens, or if they just use New York Stock Exchange, which they probably do, because New York Stock Exchange has trillions of dollars in it. And why the heck would you not want to go into New York Stock Exchange? I don't know. I mean, again, there could be a market crash this and that stock exchange and not the other ones. Again, escape with the free association clause of the United States. Try to look at that treaty and see what it can provide for you. You are someone, I am someone else. Talking about retirement plan. Goodbye.